Second grade, what's going on, guys? Hope you're ready for your history lesson today. Today, we're going to be doing pages 134 to 137. It's a short lesson today. Little recap in terms of what we were talking about yesterday with America's Cowboys. We've been talking about how people were living in the East, in the major cities like Boston, Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C., and then it became really crowded. Too many people were living there. The streets were crowded. They were building up, and they had come to a new land, but stuff was getting crowded, and there wasn't a lot of room to build. Wasn't a lot of places to farm, to have animals, to have real estate that people wanted to have. So it all started with Daniel Boone leading the excursion for the people that had come to America. He went and he started going west from Virginia through the hills of Kentucky, and he landed in Kentucky. And then we talked about yesterday about how the Cowboys, they were also part of the people that left with Daniel Boone, and they went to a place called Kansas, another state that starts with the letter K. While they were in Kansas, they were talking about the different things they had to do with the cattle. There were tons, thousands of wild cattle that were in the West already, and so you had to wrangle them. So they hired people that were called wranglers who would make sure the horses wouldn't leave and get out of control, because the Cowboys had to keep all the cows in the same place. How did they know which cows were theirs? Well, they took their branding and they put their branding on the cow, and they did it, and it didn't hurt them. They weren't trying to injure them, but you just wanted to make sure you knew what cow belonged to you. I want to know, how about you guys, how you made out with going around your house, seeing what toys were yours? Did you do any branding of yourself? Did you have any books with your name on there, something like that? So we talked about that with the Cowboys, the Wranglers, the Longhorns, the types of animals those were. I did not put that in your video yesterday with the Longhorns to show you, but I'm going to put that in there today, so I'm sorry. I'm also going to put in there today a couple of songs, because these Cowboys, when they were traveling, they had to do a lot of work for long periods of time all throughout the day. And even at night, guess what? The job doesn't stop, because the cows, some of them sleep, some of the herd sleep, some of them are still awake. Or worse, somebody might try to come and steal your cattle, take what belongs to you. So you had to have people who were on watch overnight. So we're going to start on page 124 with the section that says Cowboy Songs. All right, so you should be on page 134, and you're going to be on the page for Cowboy Songs. I'm not going to sing today because you don't want to hear Mr. Hunter sing these songs, but I'm going to try to play the music. If it doesn't come out as clear, don't worry. There's going to be a link to the song in the bottom of this YouTube video. But these are the songs that these Cowboys sang, and we're going to find out why. All right, so before we start, I'm going to turn my page and give you a little overview about what we're talking about today. All right, so we're on page 134, continuing to talk about America's Cowboys. All right, and what are we talking about with Cowboys? Well, there's something that happens in these songs, okay? In the songs that we're going to hear, I'm going to give you some definitions of some words. So I want you guys to pay attention to that and be ready for those in just a second, all right? All right, guys, so I have on the board here a couple of definitions of the words. We're going to talk about some of the songs, but I want to give you this. So one of the words you're going to hear in this first song is called Get Along, Little Doggies. Now, if we're talking about cowboys, do you think doggies actually mean dogs? No. Good guess. So what we're going to talk about here are some of the things. So you're going to hear the word cowpuncher in the song we're going to play. And the cowpuncher was pretty much a nickname for what we call a cowboy. So you could be called a cowboy or a cowpuncher. Either way, it's the same thing. All right, down here, Spurs. Everybody say Spurs. And if you like basketball, there's a team in the NBA called the San Antonio Spurs. We're not talking about them. But this is where they get their name from. And if you look at the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs, their logo, their image, it looks like what this is. A spur was a sharp device that was attached to the heels of a cowboy's boots. So what happened was a cowboy would ride on the horse. Get up. Yeah, you see that? I did that pretty good, right? So the cowboy rides on the horse and it's going along. If the horse isn't moving or doing what it needs to do, or the cowboy needs to get its attention quickly, it would take its heel and it would kick the horse on the side. So what that does is it's a sharp little pinch. It makes the horse move faster and pay attention. And then if the horse doesn't want to get hit by that spur again, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't wait next time. Next time the cowboy goes to move the reins and make the horse turn right or turn left, the horse would act accordingly and do what they're supposed to do, because they didn't want to feel that sharp little, it looks like almost like a star, except it has little hooks on it. And when you kick it in, it could hurt. It could hurt. So the horse definitely did not want the spur to come in the side. And that was just to make sure the horse would either stop or to turn right or do exactly what the cowboy was saying. The last one, doggies. So this is how they spell doggies for what we're talking about right now. A doggie is not an actual dog, all right, like a pit bull, Rottweiler, a German Shepherd, or anything like that. This right here is a cowboy slang word that's used to describe calves, which are baby cows, or actual cows themselves, the grown cows. So a baby calf or cow was called a doggie. So you're going to hear a song in a second after we read this first part. All right, so you're on page 134, Cowboy Songs. Because there was a fear of stampedes. Remember stampedes when everything came at once? You watched the video? Yeah. Because there was a fear of stampedes, at least one cowboy always kept watch during the night. He would often sing softly to the cattle to soothe them. So why did they sing? They sang to soothe the cattle. They don't want the cattle to get afraid or get scared and run off. So he sang to them. All right. Maybe you have heard some of the songs of America's Cowboys. Raise your hand if you've heard a cowboy song before. Yeah. Well, maybe you'll know these. All right. They were not loud songs, for a sudden yell could cause a stampede. So when you were singing, you wouldn't sing real loud. You sing nice and slow, just like this. You start talking like you got an accent, like you're a real cowboy. You know, that's how I talk because I'm a cowboy. I talk just like that. And I want to make sure that I got my banjo, I got my guitar, and I'm out here singing to all the cows, but I gotta sing real soft so I don't scare them. And I'm doing this to my guitar. You guys get the picture. I know Naomi's telling me to stop right now. I already know it. But they were not loud songs because a sudden yell could scare and cause a stampede. Perhaps you would like to sing some of the cowboy songs too. All right, I'm going to put this in a video, but I want you to hear this song as I start to play it. All right, so you guys are about to hear a song. All right, you listening? Look at your page 135.
I was out walking one morning for pleasure, spied a cowpuncher a-riding along. His hat was thrown back and his spurs were a-jingling, and as he approached he was singing this song.
All you gotta do is rock like this, back and forth.
Misfortune in Panama. Get along, little donkey. You know that Wyoming will be on your home.
What do you guys think of that song? What do you guys think? Was that something that you would like to hear on your radio? Raise your hand if you want to hear that on the radio. Raise your hand if you want Mr. Hunter to play that for you. Do you want Mr. Hunter to sing that? Maybe next time. Maybe next time. So that's the song that they were singing. He said, as I was walking one morning for pleasure, I spied a cowpuncher all riding along. What's a cowpuncher? A cowboy. His hat was thrown back and his spurs were jingling. And as he approached, he was singing this song. Whoopee, whoopee tee, ya yo. Get along, little dogs. Everybody say that. Whoopee tee, ya yo. Have you ever heard somebody say that in real life? No, because it's just a song, all right? Whoopee tee, ya yo, get along, little doggies. It's your misfortune and none of my own. Whoopee tee, ya yo, get along, little doggies. You know that Wyoming will be our new home. And in case you didn't know, they were talking about Wyoming. Wyoming is another state that we're going to learn about as well. But that's the song for Get Along, Little Doggies, all right? All right, so you should turn to page 136, all right? It says, after 4 months of long, hard days of driving cattle, you can be sure the cowboys were glad to ride into a cow town. Remember a cow town, right? They were the towns that had railroads to move the cows back to the east, all right? In the cow town, here is where they sold the cattle and put them on the train to the east. Oh, Mr. Hunter jumped ahead. The days of the cowboys did not last long, all right? America was growing and changing. Railroads began spreading to other cities, and more people began to build fences around the land that the cowboys once rode over. Yet, the cowboys, they live on in the hearts of many people, especially of girls and boys who love the stories of those hard-working Americans. All right, there's another song that you guys see here at the top. It says, Goodbye, Old Paint. All right, you guys want to hear that song? I'm going to play it for you. All right, guys. So I want you to listen to this song very carefully. And I'm going to tell you something. There was a word in the last song. It said about Wyoming being their new home. Well, there's a word in this song that we're going to hear from Goodbye Old Paint. It's called Cheyenne. Everybody say Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Okay, Cheyenne is spelled differently. It's spelled Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Cheyenne is the capital of Wyoming. So that is a city in Wyoming. It's the biggest city. It's a capital, and they're going to be saying that word a lot in this song. So I want you to listen. This is called "Goodbye Old Paint."
Cheyenne, Cheyenne, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Cheyenne, Cheyenne, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. My foot in the stirrup, my rein in my hand. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. I'm a leaving Cheyenne. I'm off to Montana. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Cheyenne, Cheyenne, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Cheyenne, Cheyenne, I'm a leaving Cheyenne.
All right. What did you guys think about that? That's how you got to sing to those songs. You got to go, Cheyenne, Cheyenne. I hope you're watching this video by yourself and not showing your parents or anybody else, because I don't want to be embarrassed right now. You know, this is our secret, okay? All right, my second grade, don't show anybody this video. Don't show anybody else, because your parents think I'm cool. They think I'm mature, and they think that I know exactly 100% how to reach you guys. So I want this to be our secret. Don't show them I'm doing all this, okay? Can you promise me that? Okay. All right, good. All right, so you know that song. I'm going to put both of the songs in the YouTube link after this. Look at page 137. I know I said 136, but there's questions. We have to answer the questions, right? Yes. So what you're going to do, you take a piece of paper, you put your name on the top of the paper, you put your date on the top of the paper, and you're going to match the word with the meaning. You have the word cowboy, cowtowns, wrangler, chuck wagon, stampede, and brand. And then at the bottom it says, do you remember? What was the most famous cow town? I'll give you a hint. It's in Kansas, the state that we talked about. And then number 2, what did the Cowboys do at night to soothe the cattle? And you can't, that word right there, soothe, you got to say it just like that. What did the Cowboys do at night to soothe the cattle? Everybody say that with me. Soothe. You got to put your hand like this too. Come on, Solomon. Ada, I know y'all smiling when you see this. Mackenzie, don't cover your face. Look at me. Michael, you know I'm funny. Naomi, come on. You got to get with me. All right, everybody say this. To soothe. Soothe. All right, that's what they did. What did the Cowboys do at night to soothe the cattle? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy the videos of the music and the songs, and sing along. Practice singing. Cheyenne, Cheyenne. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. All right, don't tell nobody. Just keep this our secret. Love y'all.